Plesiosaur. When conversations about dinosaurs that could still be living happen, plesiosaurs are most commonly mentioned. Plesiosaurs were long-necked giant marine reptiles that were alive and thriving in the Mesozoic era until they died out along with most of the other dinosaurs during the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction event around 66 million years ago. Plesiosaurs had broad, chunky bodies, a tail, and a long, distinctive neck. The largest known plesiosaur was the Elasmosaurus, which was 46 feet long. Fossils of dinosaurs have been found on every continent, including Antarctica, which suggests that they were a successful and adaptable species in their time. The mystery of the Loch Ness Monster has many people wondering whether or not plesiosaurs could have actually survived extinction and could be hiding out in remote places like the Scottish Highlands. After the surgeon's photograph surfaced in the 1930s, reportedly capturing the Loch Ness Monster on a camera, a lot of people have likened the mythical Nessie to the prehistoric dinosaur. It isn't just Nessie. There are a lot of other legendary monsters out there that have been explained away as plesiosaurs. The Tavistock monster, or Champ of Lake Champlain in Vermont and New York, has been linked to the dinosaur, as has the monster of Pepin Lake and the Russian Lake Kayir monster. Conspiracy theorists often cite the Zayu Maru carcass as evidence of the plesiosaur's survival. In 1977, a strange-looking carcass was pulled up by a Japanese fish trawler off the coast of New Zealand. Was it a plesiosaur? Number 9. Dodo. The dodo bird is often seen as a symbol of extinction. Unlike with dinosaurs, civilized humans documented first-hand interactions with the birds. First recorded by Dutch sailors in 1598, dodos were said to be fat, friendly, flightless, ugly, and kind of stupid. When the Dutch colonized the island of Mauritius, they managed to drive the native bird to extinction within 100 years of their settlement. The generally accepted history of the bird's extinction is that the Dutch hunted them into oblivion, although many evolutionary scientists think they were on their way out anyway, with some people claiming they were poorly adapted and endemic to just one small island. It isn't clear how long dodos were around before humans came along, but some think it could be up to 8 million years. Either way, the last reported dodo died in the late 1600s. Or did it? There have been reports of a dodo sighting at Reunion Island, the closest island to Mauritius and a place with a very similar environment. There's even a video clip that claims to have captured the bird on camera. But of course, many people are calling this a fake. Number 8. T-Rex. The Tyrannosaurus rex is considered to be the most fearsome of all dinosaurs. The creature was an apex predator and lived for around 2 million years until the major extinction event 66 million years ago. The dinosaurs had horrifyingly sharp teeth and could run at around 30 miles per hour. Hollywood movies, most famously Jurassic Park, has showcased the horror of the killer beast. Now, you may be terrified to know that there are some sketchy reports of a T-Rex still living in Africa as recently as the 20th century. In 1932, it was claimed that a Swedish plantation owner in Rhodesia was traveling through the Kasai Valley with a guide when they came across an enormous 43-foot-long bipedal monster that looked a lot like a T-Rex. The creature ran out from the trees and set upon a rhino, killing and eating it without noticing the two men. The plantation owner, John Johansson, was reported to have described the monster as reddish in color with blackish-colored stripes, a long snout, and numerous teeth. He said the legs were thick. It reminded me of a lion, built for speed. Later that same year, a hunter claimed to have seen a monster with a lizard's head and tail. So, is there a T-Rex still living in Africa? Number 7. Giant salamander. This prehistoric creature is still alive today, although it is critically endangered. If you want a glimpse of what life was like in prehistoric times, check out the Chinese giant salamander. These 6.5-foot long beasts weigh around 110 pounds and can still be found in the Pearl River Basin in southern China. Genetic analysis shows that giant salamanders date back between 3.1 and 2.4 million years ago, around the same time as the Tibetan Plateau rose up. It is thought that they also had distant relatives in the Middle Jurassic period, which was around 163 million years ago. Looking at these massive amphibians really makes you realize just how big animals can still get in this day and age, which really is nothing compared to the size of the beasts that roamed the earth millions of years ago. Number 6. Titanoboa. The moment I learned about the biggest snake ever to have lived, the Titanoboa, I was relieved to hear that it's extinct. The giant snake was alive around 60 million years ago and lived in northeastern Colombia. The 50-foot long and 3-foot wide reptile weighed 2,500 pounds and could easily have swallowed several humans whole. The giant snake was non-venomous and was a lot like a giant modern-day boa constrictor, squeezing its victims to death. So, what is it doing on this list? Well, even though the giant titanoboas of the past are all gone, there have been sightings of seriously giant snakes in the past few years. In 2016, a 33 feet and 880-pound anaconda was allegedly captured and killed in Brazil. Construction workers building a dam claimed to have come across the snake in a cave in Pará. If this is true, the snake would have been around 3/4 the length of the ancient snake and around 1/3 of the weight. Bigger than any other snake alive today. Is the Titanoboa making a comeback? Number 5. Megatherium. Did you know that there used to be elephant-sized sloths? Megatherium lived in South America around 35 million years ago and right up until 11,000 years ago. That means humans and giant sloths once walked the earth at the same time. The giant sloths were among the largest land mammals known to exist, measuring 20 feet tall and weighing 4.4 tons. Think supersized grizzly bears that are actually, well, sloths. My mind literally boggles. The giant sloths lived in caves and were surprisingly non-aggressive. They ate plants and leaves. Even if that is the case, they could easily have stepped on and crushed a human. While the Megatherium are supposed to be extinct, they are linked to the legendary Mapinguari, a giant monster in Brazilian folklore. In the legend, the Mapinguari is a cursed former shaman that is said to have lived in the Amazon rainforest, emitting a very foul odor. Cryptozoologists believe the creature is actually the ancient giant sloth that somehow managed to survive extinction. Number 4. Woolly mammoth. Woolly mammoths were like big, hairy elephants. They lived around 5 million years ago, gradually dying out around 10,000 years ago and becoming totally extinct 4,000 years ago. The animals were around 11.2 feet tall and weighed around 6.6 tons. In 2012, it was claimed that a woolly mammoth had been spotted in Siberia. Although this seemed highly unlikely, it is one of the last places on Earth the creatures were known to be alive. The footage was found to be a hoax. However, there is still a chance that woolly mammoths and humans could be walking the Earth together in a matter of years. DNA has been recovered from a well-preserved 28,000-year-old woolly mammoth that scientists are looking to clone. Do you think we should have the power to bring ancient species back to life? Number 3. Megalodon. Megalodon sharks terrorized the ocean between 28 million years ago and 1.6 million years ago when they were eradicated in the Pleistocene extinction. The horrifying creatures were around 54 feet in length and had 7-inch long teeth. The megalodon was so big it was roughly 3 times the size of the biggest living shark today, the great white shark. The Discovery Channel aired a documentary showing footage from 1942 in what looks like a megalodon shark swimming by a German U-boat off the coast of Cape Town. This has led to speculation the ancient beast might still be swimming somewhere in the waters. Some persistent cryptozoologists believe the shark could be hiding in an unexplored area of the ocean, like the Mariana Trench, although most scientists refute this. Number 2. Coelacanth. Coelacanths first swam in the world's oceans approximately 400 million years ago. Think about that for a second. 400 million years ago. That is an incomprehensible amount of time, considering that humans have been around for less than a quarter of 1 million years. The prehistoric fish was thought to have died out 66 million years ago, but to the sheer surprise of scientists, the fish was rediscovered, alive and well, in 1938. These days, the deep-sea fish can grow to 6 feet long and weigh up to 200 pounds. They're often called living fossils because of their close resemblance to their 400 million-year-old ancestors. That's unbelievable. So think about the coelacanth in relation to other animals on this list. If it was rediscovered after 66 million years, what else out there can we still find alive and well? Number 1. Mokele-mbembe. One of the most enduring legends of a living dinosaur is that of Mokele-mbembe, a sauropod said to be alive and well in the Congo. If true, this would be a biological miracle, as sauropods were thought to have all died in the extinction event 66 million years ago. Nonetheless, according to local legend, there is a creature of epic proportions hiding in the dense rainforests of the Congo. The creature is said to be 35 feet long, with gray skin and a long neck. The beast is said to hunt crocodiles, hippos, and elephants, and has had several eyewitness reports over the past 100 or so years. Famously, Carl Hagenbeck ventured to the Congo to find Mokele-mbembe, documenting his search in his 1909 book, Beasts and Men. More recently, American Stephen McCullough raised $28,925 to fund his own 3-month expedition to find the creature. So far, as I was able to find out from Google, his adventure was fruitless. Despite a total lack of evidence, the legend of the dinosaur still lives on. That was 10 prehistoric creatures that might be alive today. Let us know what you thought about this list in the comment section. Have you ever seen one of these creatures with your own 2 eyes? Well, if you have, we'd like to know.